Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new, hello again. So this is my channel. I love to do DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic, wreaths, and seasonal decor. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. And also give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and Facebook. But today is all about outdoor decor, and I am hosting now with my good friend, Rustic and Lace DIY. So we're going to have our links to our channels, which are already here on my channel, down below, and also there's going to be a playlist. But I'll get into that later more. Let's start with DIY number one. So first DIY, I'm going to be using this cow print fabric that I found at Hobby Lobby. I'm also going to be using some ribbon, and also this I cut out on my laser cutter. It is a cow head and it says, "Hey y'all." And then this here I got orange stickered last year or the year before at Hobby Lobby. Always look for them orange stickers, guys, because they make great things that you could do with them. Some paint and my dark antique wax. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the sign with my burnt umber by Apple Barrel. I did have to do a couple coats of that. And then I'm going to dry brush the top of it with this ivory paint. And not ivory, I'm sorry. I believe it's some kind of khaki. It's tan. I can't remember. I'll put it in the description box. But I did go over it with this lighter beige color. And I just did a dry brush. I didn't want, completely full covered. I wanted some of that brown to show. Then I went in with my sander and I started sanding around the edges and where those shiplap marks are so you could see them more. And I got in between the grooves there and just made it look really distressed. And then I went in with that same color, that light bright beige color, and I did the "Hey y'all" in that. I also did the nose of the cow with that color as well. And then the mouth of the cow, I actually went in with an an off-white color. And then this Apple Barrel burnt umber, I did the little nostrils of the cow and then the little cow tag. Then I'm just going to glue everything on here. Really, really simple DIY. If you're interested in getting a cow head like this with the tag, you can message me. I have an Etsy shop. The link will be down below in the description box. I make all kinds of stuff and I sell it so that you guys can craft it yourselves if you like to. Next, I'm going to take the cow head and I am going to trace it on my fabric. Now, this fabric I found it was actually clearance, you guys. So I got really lucky finding this at Hobby Lobby. But they do have all kinds of cow print out there as far as fabric goes. Or you could even, if you have a Cricut, you could also print something out with your vinyl and use that as well. So what I did is I used a lot of Mod Podge because this material is very silky. So I wanted to make sure that it was going to stick to my cow. So I did a lot. You saw me do it on the fabric. Then I also did it on top of the head. Then I waited for it to dry and then I cut it. And then I went around with my scissors and cut around it. And then I taking my dark antiquing wax with my stencil brush. And I'm going around the edges, which kind of helped because this material, I wanted to make sure it was going to stay stuck down and not look funny, make sure it looked nice on the edges. I also love the distressed look, so that also helps. I did it around the nose of the cow as well. And, this made it stick out a little bit more when I go to glue it onto the actual cow head. And I just love the way this turned out. And I actually sold one of these at my craft show. And then I took the mouth and I took my, this is Victorian Rose. It is a distress oxide. And I just did a little bit of that on there. It's very light for the mouth. And then I just glued everything down. So I just used hot glue and super wood glue that I get from the Dollar Tree, and I glued those down onto the head. Really, really simple. You could glue this head onto any round, though. I mean, if you can't find a round like I got, you can, use the rounds from the Dollar Tree. You can get rounds from Hobby Lobby. But I mean, the head is what I would sell, but I won't have the round. If you requested a round, I guess I could get you one, but it would cost a little bit more, of course. And then I just glued everything down on top of my round. And I was thinking about keeping this for myself because this you could keep on, and then I put the ear tag on there that says, "Hey y'all." And I was thinking about keeping this for myself, but I ended up selling it. So I said, if I don't sell it, then I'll keep it. But I ended up selling it because you could keep this up all year round, guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be a seasonal thing, especially if you like Farmhouse. So then I'm taking some of this ribbon that I had in my stash. I believe I got this at Hobby Lobby. I love the rustic feel of this ribbon. I think it's really cool. And I'm using my bow dabra. And what I do is I just put a piece of twine down the center of it. And then you just loop it back and forth to make a bow. And then I took strips of fabric that I just cut into strips. And I'm putting that on top of the actual ribbon. And I just keep doing it, looping it back and forth. And I just use the colors that coordinate with whatever project I'm doing. I love making these kind of bows. Sometimes I add ribbon to them, and sometimes I just use the fabric. It just all depends how rustic I want to be or what I want it to look like. But it's fun. I just play around with these. I don't make a perfect bow, guys. I never was good at it. So my bow dabber really helps. And as you can see, this isn't really hard to do. So yeah. And then I just kept looping it back and forth. I left this in here in case anybody wanted to see how I'd make these. So that, you could give it a try yourself. If you're like me and you can't do bows that good. I like making the raggy bows, I call them, a lot. I usually don't add ribbon too much. But to these, I add like at least one ribbon into the back part of it. And then I'll add my strips of fabric to the front part of the bow. And then I just pulled the string up and tied it into a knot in the back and then cut the excess off. And then I just play around with it and, make sure everything looks okay. And I pull my little tails down to the front and I kind of loop, my back loops, the ones that are on the one that's on a wire is the wired ribbon. I make sure I puff out my hoops for that. And then I just cut off, however short or long I want my tails to be. And now we're going to glue that to the center at the top of my sign. And then in the center of the bow, I always put a little button. So I love these buttons. I get them on Amazon, or you could get them on Temu. And I just used this, this is lamb's ear, I believe. And I just stuck those on the sides. I already had this in my stash. I've had them for a long time. I think I got these not at Hobby Lobby. I think I got them at actually Walmart. And I just stuck them in the back on the sides of each bow, of my bow. And that was it. And then I put a little hanger on there. And I always did a beaded hanger, so I didn't really show it. But there it is, you guys. You gotta let me know what you think down below in the comments. So today is all about outdoor decor. So, of course, you could put this stuff outside. And on the host, and my other host is Rustic and Lace DIY. Go check her out. The link will be down below. Also, there is a playlist with everyone who's participating. These guys are great and awesome and talented, so go check them out, guys. So next we have this one. Now this is another kit that I sell in my Etsy shop. This is another cow and I love this one. He's so cute. But I cut it out on my laser cutter. So I'm using a actual round from the Dollar Tree for this one. And I'm going to paint the back with white paint. And then I'm going to do the welcome in white. And then I do his little huff in white too. And then the actual cow print now I laser cut on my machine. So I'm painting those with the black, okay? And then we're going to place them on the round and it's going to look really cool. Then the little part where the welcome goes, this little plaque part with the jagged edges, it looks like wood. I actually did this with antique wax, and I just used a baby wipe. And I also did that to the cow's head with the antique wax. I didn't show you guys, but that's what I did. And now I'm just going to start placing everything down where it's supposed to go. Now these you can pretty much place wherever you want. There is no right or wrong way of doing this when you get my kits, but you just, figure it out how you like it, and then you just place them down, and then you just glue everything down. This was another easy one. I love making kits that are so easy, and they're just easy to do, not hard to paint or to put together, and you can pretty much, make it your own. So, yeah. And I'm using the wood glue and the hot glue again to glue everything down. And then his little head goes on top of the sign there. And now I'm just going to glue down all the little cow pattern on, all my pieces where I placed them. Then I'm going to do another bow for you guys. So this one, I used this little rustic burlap ribbon that's kind of frayed on the edges. I thought this would give it a nice rustic farmhouse look. So I put that one down first and looped it back and forth again in my Bodabra. This time I'm going to use a zip tie to tie this one. I figured this one I probably should because I used a lot more bigger ribbon to do this. I didn't wide ribbon to do this. So I wanted to make sure it was going to stay, tied. So instead of the jute twine, I just use a zip tie. But you could still use jute twine if you want. And then I just went back and forth again, and I just used ribbon that I thought would look cool. This is more like a neutral looking sign, so I really like this one as well. Let me know if you're interested in this one. These won't be in my shop until this weekend, so just keep your eye out for it. I usually have it on my community tab, let people know when I stock my shop. My community tab is on YouTube, so you can keep checking it, or you can follow me on my Facebook. I also put it on there as well whenever I stock my shop with new kits. So yeah, but if you're interested, you can message me in my Etsy shop. There's a message. You just hit the little mail, and you can send me a message there, or you can send me a message, DM me on Instagram, Facebook, pretty much anywhere, or here on YouTube. So let me know if you're interested in any of these, and I can make one for you. And then I just glued down my bow, and now I'm going to use some of this greenery that I had, and I'm just going to stick that on both sides. And there is the sign. Guys, super easy, right? And look how cute it looks on a door, right? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. So now DIY number 3. So now this one I switched off and it got off of my laser cutting, and I'm going to show you how I use my Cricut to print something out. So this is a sign that says welcome heifers. I thought that's so cute. And then I printed out some cowhide. So I'm going to use a Dollar Tree round again, and I'm going to use plaster paint this time for the round, and then I'm going to place down my stencils. So I just put it on my tape, and then you do transfer tape, and then I just pull it off like so. And I only showed doing one. I didn't show you doing both of them because you guys pretty much know about the Cricut and how that goes. And then I'm going to use some more of this burlap ribbon that's frayed on the edges. This time I'm using my small bow dabber to make the bow. And I left my bows in here so you can see the different ways that I make my bows. And then I'm going to go in with, this time, some fabric again and do that on the top. And I'm just going to loop it back and forth like I showed you before. Really, really simple this one was. On your Cricut, you could pretty much make anything you guys want. And they have so much to pick from on there, especially if you have a Cricut and you're part of the monthly subscription. They always have great deals that you can get a lot of stuff that you can print out on there. They have the cowhide on there, guys, too. So as you can see, they also have the black and white one too. The black one, I mean. And then I'm just going to take my bow and I'm going to glue that down to the center, put a little button in the middle, and then I made a little beaded hanger. This one was really simple too. And then I'm going to take some more greenery that I had. These are different kinds of leaves that I just used on each one so you can see the difference, You could just pretty much use anything you have. You know, you can use stuff from the Dollar Tree. And then you just put it on each side of your boat. And there it is, you guys. And it looks so high end. That's what I love. So let me know what you guys think down below. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you go check everyone out. Check out my host, Rustic and Lace DIY. She is amazing, you guys. And I want to thank you guys all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and go check out my Etsy shop. Let me know if you want anything. And remember, stay crafty. Bye.